hand signal me when we were like 5.
On the airwaves, we fly so high, talking movies till the night rolls by, filming life and it makes me feel welcome to the social reel. Lights, camera, action, hit the play. Stories that find us night and day, from the heart to the silver screen. Every tale and dream in between. Tune in now, let's take a ride in this reel where thoughts collide. Movies and life will reveal. Dive into the social reel. Tune in now, let's take a ride in this reel where thoughts collide. Movies and life will reveal. Dive into the social reel. Tune in now, let's take a ride in this reel where thoughts collide.
Hello, my friends. We meet again. It's been a while. Where should I begin? I'm Aaron, joined by my best friend, co-host, producer, and all things podcast related, Scott.
Hello.
The two amigos.
It is me, Scott.
We are only on this
I
island.
am over here on the other side of the table.
Dude, look at Scott's shirt. He had softball today, and he dresses like a homeless juggalo. It's fucking hilarious. Show me your shirt, Scott. Stand up.
Just my shirt.
Yeah, look
It's
at
just
it. Oh, why so serious? And a picture of the Joker in the most just fucking. They took like one of those irons and they like ironed it on.
I didn't make it. I didn't design
It's
it.
terrible.
Didn't design it.
I don't care.
Because if I designed it, it'd be badass.
So bad. I disagree. It looks ugly. You designed the
jealous.
ugly
Don't be
fucking
jealous.
donut ones, didn't you?
Yeah.
Those are ugly.
complimented all the time on those.
Yeah,
Everybody loves those.
No, they think that you're like a special needs.
No, there's a fine line between like trying to be like so super serious playing softball,
Like
because it's not fucking
Why
serious.
so serious?
Yeah, so we just have fun with it.
Nice.
We're a fucking beer team, man.
Yeah. So we did a terrible show last week, so we're gonna do another terrible show this week.
Every show's gonna be terrible.
I promise I'm gonna get some people in here. It's just the holidays.
Stop burying the lead.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just
fine.
saying. I'm working on
We
the
do-
background. I have
we
new
do
stuff
what we
for
do.
this background, and then I have to fill this background in. It's a work in progress, as you can see. Like I'm, woo, look. Oh my goodness. It's so
Yeah, he's never going to get the camera back to where it's supposed to be there.
Yes, I am. Look, see, it's fine. But yeah, so everything's coming along. We're moving and a shaking
We're moving.
and a shake
Moving to a legit studio. We've been signed
by YouTube.
by Juggalo Records.
By Juggalo Records.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, they pay us in Fago and tears.
Just spray Fago everywhere.
So, anyways, if you're done watching football for the day, but why would you be, and you want to watch us instead, thank you for showing up.
If your fantasy team's getting slaughtered, and
I'm so over it. I don't even change
you
my
need
lineup-
something else to do,
lineup at all.
here we
anymore.
are.
Yeah, that, and then it's like, yeah. So I just figure, if you're listening to this on the playback on the podcast form, nice. If you're watching us on YouTube later, thank you. On my Facebook, thank you. We have a few movies to talk about. We did our new segment, but we'll get to that later. Let's see what's been going on. Last night, you had a holiday party. At least that's what you told me.
Yep.
I don't believe that you had a holiday
Yeah,
party.
I was just at home sleeping.
I kind of believe that. So I was like, hey, Scott, would you like to go with me to see
These bands
to see
that
the
we're going to
November
see?
Nights? We're not even going to see. We're only seeing one band, and we were young.
Probably the only one that really matters.
And you were like, hey, eat all the shit. I am going to a holiday party.
Already had it planned.
Take your tickets and shove them up your ass. Take
So
your-
far up your
you're
candy
like,
ass.
You're like, you have 4 tickets. Take all 4 of them and fuck off.
So did you buy these tickets or did you get them through FedEx?
No, I got them through FedEx.
Okay. So I don't feel as bad now. You could have just gave them to homeless people.
you
Been
think
like,
I-
hey, you want to go see the worst band in the world?
Hold on a second. Do you think my ass would pay for these tickets? Not in a million billion years, dude. When I saw the lineup, one of the fucking bands fucking dropped out. And of course, what I'm talking about is November Nights. So here in Arizona, they have a thing called November Nights. I don't know what that is. It's the first annual. I don't know if there'll be a second
concert
one.
in November.
I know, but it's
At night.
the first annual one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there'll be a second one because they made this like, oh, this is going to be our when we were young. This is going to be our big fest, November Nights
With 4 bands.
One of the bands dropped out.
Which one?
It was called like the Hand and the Heart or something like that.
Because I saw the opener was like the Violent Femmes.
Yeah, and they played the song.
The
Let me
one
go
song.
on. Yeah. I got a blister.
What did they play? Were they on Warped Tour at one point and got booed off the stage? That was them,
they?
right? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because they're like super like niche-y music where it's
That's-
like they're kind of just indie.
that is news to me. There
Yeah,
was
look it up. They got
saw
I'll look it up.
A lot of Violent Femme shirts.
Oh, there's tons of fans. But apparently just not at Warped Tour.
Just not at Warped Tour.
Yeah.
We're like, we want to see the Wonder Years and cry, not Blister in the Sun, a song about masturbation. I think.
I think it is.
Anyways, so I reached out to some people that I used to work with. I don't work with
It was
anymore.
Farm Aid. It was 1987 Farm Aid. Says the Violent Femmes were famously booed off stage at 1987 Farm Aid concert.
Why?
It wasn't that the one that Freddie Mercury did? Was that Farm Aid?
Yeah.
They're like, boo, we want Freddie Mercury, you pieces of shit. Play Blister in the Sun and get the fuck out of here.
Is that how old that song is? That
Dude,
must
it's
be
old.
sad.
It's old, man.
Keep singing that shit then. Just like, I guess, like it's that meme of the guy carrying all the fucking pails over to the.
1983 is when Blister in the Sun came
That's
out.
when I was born.
Yeah.
So it's
That's old man.
41 years ago.
Yeah, I remember they were booed off the stage at something, and I guess people just weren't having it, man.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, no, I did that. So I was kind of scrambling to like
Find friends?
kind of, yeah, because all of them are gone or left me, blocked me on social media. So I found some people that I used to work with who had mentioned it a couple of months ago, and they came with me. It was a friend of mine, his wife, and brought his kid. And I got there right as this band called Revolution, which I guess is like a reggae band, was getting off the stage.
Revolution?
Revolution?
No, Revolution.
Is it Revolution?
Dude, I love Revolution, dude.
Oh, you should have skipped it. Oh, we could have gone and saw Revolution.
I love
bro.
Revolution.
So they were ending, and Third Eye Blind was going to play. And if you've never seen Third Eye Blind live, let me tell you something. They are one of the worst live bands of all time. There was a couple of years ago, they played with either Dashboard or Brand New or something like that, and they were so terrible. I remember we saw them.
They
and
opened
left.
for who? They opened for?
I don't remember.
Jimmy Eat World.
What, did we go to that show?
Yes, it was Third Eye Blind and Jimmy Eat World.
And we left during.
Oh no! Because we did leave. Because Third Eye Blind was the headliner.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, who the
Maybe
hell?
Jimmy Eat World opened, and we were just like, "Cool, let's bounce."
Maybe that's what it was. I think Jimmy Eat World was before them,
Maybe,
and Jimmy Eat World fucking killed it.
of course, because
And then they came out, and he had his pink hat on and started being all preachy, and we were like,
He did not preach this time, which probably saw the numbers from
should've.
last Tuesday, and just was like, "Yeah, this is a red state. I'm not going to say anything." But literally, he didn't preach. All he did was sing. But
I saw
know-
your video.
He
It's
saw
not like it's not like he's even singing anymore,
Dude, that-
he's kind of talking through it.
that, and you could hear that he's so bad at singing his own songs that the guitars and stuff have to drop in order for him to kind of keep up with his shitty singing. So they're not even playing the full notes. It's just like,
Crystal Meth, you lift up, tell you don't stop.
yeah, exactly. And they're like, wow, wow. So you're just like, God, please end this shit. And I was just like, they played all the songs. They played every song you've never heard of from fucking Third Eye Blind.
Unless you're just like a deep
Unless
Third Eye
you're the
Blind fan.
Unless you are
You're the fourth eye.
yeah, the fucking fucking Third Eye Blind fan number 99, number 1 in their hearts. You've downloaded all the albums.
They
and
did the same thing with us because we kind of like toughed it out for a few songs.
But they played like,
But they didn't.
They
They,
played like
did play graduate, when like the third song in or something, and
Right,
it
so-
sucked.
So yeah, they did Motorcycle Drive By to open with, which I was fine with. I like that song, and they didn't sound terrible. Then the second song they did was like
They were like, we quit.
"Show me, show me, show me how you do that." That song,
The Cure.
yeah. Well, they did their song, but then in the middle of it, they gave up and started singing the Cure song. So you're sitting there watching it, and you're just like, okay, this isn't terrible. You're
like,
actually
I
kind of
know this.
Yeah, this sounds pretty okay. Then they started playing all these B sides.
Because you would text me and you're like, "Hey, remember when Third Eye Blind really sucked?"
Yeah.
Well, apparently they don't suck anymore.
Right.
And then I immediately get another text. Nope, they suck.
So they started playing these songs you never heard of, and it was so bad, Scott, that you didn't know when one song stopped and another song started because he just kept playing.
They took the thing like on Spotify where you can just stroll right into the next song
Yeah, and fucking
with no
dude,
breaks.
It was painful.
He's like, "Remember I was in Rockstar?"
was he?
Yeah.
He-
He's the guy that took fucking Marky Mark's place when he got kicked out of
real?
when he got kicked out of his like shitty band. I love that movie.
You're the
dude.
biggest rock star stan.
So he replaces him, gets kicked out of the band, and then Mark Wahlberg goes on to fucking head the big band,
Right.
Steel Dragon.
oh,
But he
okay.
takes the place of the cover band.
I did not
Remember?
know.
And he's
No.
like,
yeah, I do.
He's
know
like, "Man, he's got a PA system."
I do.
He's like, "Give me my cables back."
I did not know that was him. That's funny.
Yeah.
And then so they played,
His name's Stephen Jenkins.
and then they finally ended. Thank God. And Sublime came on, and they played the hits. They played everything, dude. They
Just
played for
never
like
bad.
2 fucking hours. I liked them a lot, and then seeing his son sing all those songs was one. He had all the energy in the world. He was having the greatest time on that stage. He loved it. He loved playing those songs. You could tell. They brought like the original dude out for fucking "Caress Me Down," the Spanish guy.
Oh, I was like, the original guy.
No, he's dead.
Hey, Dad, can you come out and sing? It's like a fucking Tupac hologram.
Yeah, I guess it's the actual. According to what he was saying on stage, it was like the actual Mexican guy who sings in the song.
Like from the recording, the
Yeah.
actual for the
And
original
I
recording.
guess that was the first time since 1995 they sang "Caress Me Down," and that was pretty fucking great.
the place just probably just reeked of weed, dude.
It
didn't
did just for that. But it was all like all their backdrop music, like all their stuff was like fucking tie dye and like you were supposed to be tripping to be watching them. And they did all the hits.
Everybody was.
They did Date Rape. They did fucking. Yeah.
Very risky.
Don't care.
Today's climate.
Everybody was screaming along.
Oh, of course.
What I got, Santeria, fucking everything, dude. It was. But they played fucking April 22nd, 1992. Which I never thought I was going to get to hear that song live. And it was so fucking good.
Did it come on with like the police chatter and stuff?
They had lights behind them and they were like red and dude, it was so cool. And so I got to hear that and I was shouting it and I was like, fucking dude, this is awesome. And yeah, he really enjoyed himself. He was like hyping up Weezer. He's like, as soon as this is we're done, we're gonna watch Weezer with you guys, blah blah. So after they ended, it was like a 45-minute wait for Weezer.
Jeez.
So I was contemplating like, maybe I should just get the fuck out of here, And
I could beat some traffic.
yeah, I always do that. I'm always like, I should just get
Idle hands, bro.
Yeah.
They give you way too long to think about it.
So
You're like, is it really worth hanging out this long?
Yeah, I went and got a $15 tiny Streets of New York pizza.
Oh, jeez.
I ate it. I didn't have a choice. I hadn't eaten that day.
Just get the cotton candy burrito.
No, I didn't have that. So I ate the pizza, and as I was walking back up to my seat, thinking about leaving, another buddy from my old job texted me and said, "Hey, we just left. You want our tickets?" And I was like, "Where were you sitting?" He's like, "On the floor." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I can't transfer them to you. It's not going to work." I was like, "Whatever, dude. Just send me the fucking screenshot of the ticket."
Yeah.
So he did.
All you got to do is just show the dipshit that's standing at the rail.
Well, they were given wristbands to the floor people.
Oh.
So I walked down, and he's like, "Where's your wristband?" And I said, "Dude, they already let me in without it. I know you have to go outside, but they said I couldn't come back, and they had let me in. It was their fuck up. I've been down here the whole time." The guy totally, "Oh, yeah, you're good."
don't care.
He looked at the ticket. He's like, "Yeah, you're fine." So I walked over, and fucking Weezer comes out, and it is a spectacle, dude. Like, it is. They're dressed in fucking, like, astronaut jumpsuits.
I was gonna say they look like Slipknot.
Yeah, dude, they're astronaut jumpsuits. They're fucking. There's this huge production behind them. It's like almost like a movie. They're like, "Oh, we're going to space, and we're like trying to save like this planet called the Blue Planet." And I'm just like,
the Blue Album,
correct? So I'm invested at this point. I'm invested, and I'm just like, all right, let's.
Maybe I'll stay through 3 songs.
Yeah, And
I'll give it till song 4.
Yeah. So it's just. The first 6 songs is all hits. It's fucking Beverly Hills, Island in the Sun, Hash Pipe, Pork and Beans. And I'm just sitting there like, and Rivers Cuomo is fucking killing it. It is so fucking good. I didn't realize how good he was. I didn't realize how good he could play.
Oh, yeah.
I was literally just like blown the fuck away. So then they're like, "Oh, we reached the Pinkerton fucking asteroid belt." So they just start playing.
The Red Album?
No, the Pinkerton's the album before the Blue Album.
Oh, okay.
So they just they play.
I don't know many. I know the Red and the Blue albums.
Yeah. So they play 4 songs from there, and then they hit the Blue Planet. They play the entire Blue Album front to back, and I was like, "This is the greatest night of my life. This is the best night of my life. Why is nobody here that I know? I'm just sitting here watching the fucking Blue Album." They play the entire Blue Album, and it is fucking going off, dude. Buddy Holly, when that dude, the whole place is just like, yeah. And I mean, it sounds album quality. Like they are probably one of the best bands I've ever seen live ever, and
like sound wise.
Oh, sound wise and like audience participation and everything. Like, you know how that feeling of that, at least to me, when we go see Coheed and Cambria and they play and Keep It Inside, no matter how many times we see it,
and everybody's shouting in the audience, and screaming the lyrics,
and when they bring it down and then whoa, and I still get goosebumps that day. It's the best. Nothing has ever done that. I've always been disappointed by A Day to Remember. La 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 la. I want it. Even at when we were young, I was like, that's not that part too. But
yeah,
I've always been let down by that. Everybody was singing along to God, what was it? The Sweater Song.
Yeah.
And that it kind of gave me this. Yeah. And that they do the chatter and shit too. And it was all Phoenix related. So it was all Arizona related. So he's like, "Hey man, you want to go to Camelback Mountain tomorrow?" And he's like, "Oh no, not me." Anyways, they're doing the thing and do you want to destroy? Everybody's singing along. Fucking goosebumps. It was fucking
I've always had
incredible.
this weird thing that, like, kind of my like unwritten dream is to like be in a rock band and play music in front of fucking people, because we've
And
talked
have
about
them
this.
shout it back at
We
you.
talk about this, like
I bet it's
having
the best
people
feeling
like
in the
shouting
world.
lyrics back at you has got to be the craziest feeling.
It has to be.
The one thing that would terrify me is fucking up where I'm at.
Oh,
What's up, Dallas? It's like
this
crickets.
is Scranton, Ohio, you fucking dick. Yeah, no.
Fucking just Joe Biden.
It looks
yelling,
like he
"Where
was-
you're in Scranton."
It looked like he was reading off of a paper, which is fine. It was
Oh,
on
it's
the
fine.
ground, but
You have to.
Yeah, he was
you're in
like-
a different city every fucking night.
he was saying, but it was all Phoenix related. It got a big pop out of me. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, because he's like, let's go down to 16th Street. You know all that chatter in between, like the sweater.
We should head
song?
down to 32nd and
Van Buren.
Indian School. That's where all the real parties are.
So yeah, dude. So they fucking crushed it, and I left on the last song because I knew better, and I had to take the light rail.
Oh, you took the light rail.
I took the light rail from.
No, any swords?
What do you mean?
Nobody wailing any swords on the light rail that night?
Not that night, no.
Okay.
But luckily, I didn't take it all the way back to Mesa.
Google that shit if you're not from Arizona.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I might have to Google it.
The guy that had the samurai sword on the light rail.
Never heard.
People were
that
freaking
story.
out about it.
Well, I mean, that's scary because everybody on the fucking.
And then
light rail-
he was booing the Violent Femmes.
play Blister in the Sun and get the fuck out of here.
Play Sex and Candy.
Yeah, that was us.
I know.
So
Went and saw Marcy's Playground, man. And like the same thing.
Free-
Nobody knew any fucking. We're just like, when are they going to play Sex and Candy?
and I think we kept shouting it. And he's like, "We'll get to it. We'll get to it." It's like, all right, well, do it now. Nobody wants to hear this.
we don't want to listen to you for 45 minutes. Just play Sex and Candy, goddammit.
Yeah. But if Weezer does come back, and I know they're going to be at When We Were Young this year, I know that. If they do come back,
Oh, they're almost headlining. I mean, they're like right beneath the headliners, so you
know.
know they're going to have a big slot.
yeah. So we're going to go because have you seen Weezer? Kim said she'd seen him before, and they were
She may have. I've never seen
Yeah,
them.
we're going because I couldn't believe how fucking just incredible they were. Like I took some videos, but just it really goes close up on him playing, like all his bandmates, but they can really fucking rock, dude. And I was just like, wow. It was just crazy. I just couldn't believe it. Like I expected nothing and was just blown out of the fucking stadium.
Yeah.
Like so.
That's
I don't
good.
know. Yeah, that was.
It's always good when you aren't expecting something and you're like,
Yeah,
whoa.
if they would have come out and sucked, I would have just bounced the fuck.
It's like the first time I saw Bon Jovi. I saw Bon Jovi,
Jovi.
and it was fucking incredible. And then I saw him like the next year,
it was bad.
and Goo Goo Dolls opened up for him. And I was like, Goo Goo Dolls are great. And then Bon Jovi came out and was just kind of And I'm like, God, that was like such a fucking letdown, man.
Did you see that
they're coming?
Goo Goo Dolls are coming with
Dashboard.
Dashboard.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta get us tickets, dude. That and the Papa Roach thing.
Dude, I love the Goo Goo Dolls, man.
me too.
I still,
And
as a
with
matter of fact, like
Dashboard,
just
oh,
the
shit.
other day, I was just listening to the whole Boy Named Goo album.
I know, it's so
because I
good.
love that album, and I could even stand the songs that Robbie does, which is weird because I'm like, God, why do they give that guy fucking session time, man?
We saw them in concert. And they still let that motherfucker sing one song. It's like, no,
Oh, he
just-
does like one or two.
just the hits, you giant jackasses.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I
Gotta give Resnick a break.
we gotta go to the Goo Goo Dolls Dashboard Confessional show because I mean that's best of both worlds in my opinion. I
love the Goo Goo Dolls.
I saw
man.
TikTok the other day where it was the very first time that fucking Chris Carrabba played Hands Down. So none of the audience knew the words. And it's just like, he's just playing the song. And at the end, some guy's like, that was a really good song. And he's like, thanks. And everyone, all the comments were like, everybody in that room was part of like history and they don't even know it yet. And I'm just like, God, that's fucking cool. So anyways, yeah, we're going to go to Goo Goo Dolls and Dashboard. We'll go to fucking, I really want to go see Papa Roach, not to see Papa Roach. I don't give a fuck. Under Oath and Rise Against are playing. I want to see Under Oath again and motherfucking Rise Against finally.
Under Oath was fine. I thought they were good.
They were good.
They have good like
I love-
live presence. I just don't. I don't personally know anything
I know
from
that,
them.
I know that whole. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew that first album. Whatever they play after that, I won't know. But they're good. And then I really want to see Rise Against. And then we'll watch Papa Roach. I'll watch them sing Scars. Of course, we got to say for Scars. You know,
Cut my life in.
into. Yeah, I'm sure that's what they end with. Anyways, all right. So, well, pick up something. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I finally watched because old boy asked me. Yeah, I watched it. I watched it literally the night.
All right, I'm waiting.
No, it's fine. I mean, dude, I don't know.
It's slapstick comedy.
Yeah,
dude.
it's. I think the jokes are a little dated. So the biggest thing is we were going to go see
Can be.
the remake, and I didn't get a chance to go see the remake because I decided to get tattoos, even though it was on a Tuesday.
Well, it's because you thought it was Tuesday, but it was actually on a Thursday.
and I had to work on a Thursday, so
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck," because I wound up getting that Tuesday off, and I was so excited to go stand in line to watch the Liam Neeson remake. But then, yeah, so I watched this. I thought it was fine. I had no issues with it, but because I didn't grow up with it, it probably not as entertaining to me as it was to you. I
Tell me
thought
Leslie Nielsen is just not on another
Nielsen's
level.
Funny. I thought the whole beginning part where he's like fighting the terrorists. He's like, "Don't ever let me show. Don't ever show your face in California." Is like, why would? He's like rubbing the thing off of what's his face. It's not
funny.
Putin, but the guy who used to do the Putin with the fucking.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And that part,
Gorbachev.
all the stuff with OJ was funny, where he's like trying to tell him like there was a ship named, and he's like, "I love you too, but I need to know what you saw."
See, I know so many parts, and I cannot remember what freaking movie they're in.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the Naked Gun 2, where he goes undercover and he's like the umpire at the baseball game.
I don't know. No, it wasn't one.
No, I don't
I
think
only
it's
watched
one.
this one.
Where he's the umpire, and then they fucking throw the ball. The pitcher throws it, and then he just sits there, and everybody turns around, and they're like, the audience is waiting, and the crowd's waiting, and he's like, strike.
I'll watch the other two tonight.
They're funny, man.
So-
it's
Yeah, I like the thing where we just kind of like, where there's movies I haven't seen, so I go back and watch them and shit like that. It's fun. That's a fun thing.
yeah.
So
I like it. Like
Yeah.
I said, I like Leslie Nielsen, man.
Yeah, I had no problem
He's
with
kind
it.
of got
I'm-
this weird, like,
I'm interested
dry humor.
because, and I'll tell you this, I'm interested to see what this new one is because all of the jokes for Naked Gun are like a time capsule for that 80s time period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's all like stuff that's going on in the 80s and fucking like, you know, the story's pretty plain, but the jokes are very
it was like Cold War stuff.
yeah, and it's very like timely, like it's very like it's in the moment. So the one Liam Neeson does, maybe that'll just be in the moment or something. I don't know, but I just, you know, I'm excited for
I
it.
will find you.
Yeah.
If
he
track
doesn't-
you down.
If he doesn't do that,
I
there's
mean,
really no point in making the movie.
It's something that probably they could throw in there,
Right.
and it would work.
Exactly. He has to know by now. Like that's a iconic line that everyone makes fun of. What else? Okay, so I also watched on the. Yeah, I watched on the.
You're getting the hits tonight, man.
I watched on the Netflix. I watched Hot Frosty. Well, I came home last night from the concert, and I just put it on as background noise, and I wound up watching half of it last night.
So the title kind of like I think the title's funny, but now that I think about it, I'm like, oh, Hot Frosty,
Like
because he's so supposed to be super hot,
right.
with his no sleeves on and his fucking conductor outfit.
Well, no, it's a like
I know, it looks like he's Thomas the Train.
dude, this movie is so fucking funny. Like it's so bad. Like it's terrible movie, but at the same time, it's like so wholesome.
She's in everything now,
Yeah,
right now. 'cause
But everybody's in this.
my wife has watched so many Christmas movies, and I told her, I was like, I walked in, I was like, she was watching this movie, and I go, "Are you watching this again?" And she's like, "What do you mean again?" And I'm like, "Haven't you watched this already?" And she's like, "No, it's a different movie." And I'm like, "Jesus, how many movies is she in?"
For real, dude. There's a scene in this with like where she's watching TV and like Lindsay Lohan's on TV, and she's like, "I went to school with her." And that like just a throwaway line, and I was like, "What the fuck? What is
That is kinda funny.
reference?" But
We used to wear pink on Wednesdays.
Yeah. So this fucking they're in this town called Hope Springs, which is hilarious, and they like
Like every town.
yeah, her husband has died of cancer.
What?
And she owns a local diner.
Oh, I thought it was like a bake shop.
No, she puts that scarf around him and he comes to life and he has to steal these pants and he does it by breaking a window. So Craig Robinson is the sheriff of
already
the
sounds
town.
so
Dude,
absurd.
it's so absurd. So the Craig Robinson is the town sheriff and he is trying to figure out who broke the window and he's going to arrest them. And
Did they
make
go to
them
high school together?
pay. No, they did not
Oh.
go to high school. But everybody in the town knows each other because it's a small town.
But if we only sing together at the end,
So-
it'll make everybody happy.
No, so he's technically Frosty the Snowman. So if he's in like a hot like situation, he starts to melt and stuff like
yeah.
that. And you know, Lacey Charbet immediately is like, I believe your story, like type of thing. It's so weird. Like Katie Mixon's in it. She's fucking, Katie Mixon it up. Joe Lo Trulagulio is in it.
Yeah, that's
You know him.
Jolo Trologulio.
Yeah, I don't know how to. Joe Lo Trugulio is in it. He's the guy from like fucking. He's Andy Samberg's best friend, and I keep wanting to say Reno 911, but that's not it. It's fucking like Precinct 99 or whatever. Why can't I think of this?
Trugilo.
Yeah, do you know who I'm talking about?
Nope.
You've never seen that guy.
I probably oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, where he's
What the fuck else? has he
Brooklyn
been in?
Nine-Nine. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. So he's in it, and then like there's just a lot of people that keep popping up in the movie.
He was in
that you're like,
Superbad. He was
Yeah.
in Role Models.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
in
yeah.
I Love You Man.
Yeah, he's the guy in I Love You Man with a super high voice.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He's like, blah, 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 blah.
Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah.
He's been in some bangers.
Dude, he's good. Yeah, he's funny. You'd know him if you saw him. You just gotta look it up. If you watch the movie, you'll know him. He plays like. So, anyways, there's the whole movie is just it's a lifetime romance movie. She starts falling in love with Frosty, but he's melting. So, but there is one part that I have to talk about. Yeah, that's the guy. Oh, I can't even see that. Yeah, that's him.
That guy.
Why is there porn on your phone? Anyways, there's one part, Scott, I have to talk about. So they're in the diner, and finally Craig Robinson gets his man. He finds out
Who broke the window?
broke the window, and he takes him into custody. And
The kids are all crying
no,
No!
there's no kids
because they know. They just know he's Frosty.
No, but
It's like a cat.
kind of similar. It's not kids, it's all the adults. And she's like, I know this sounds crazy, but he's a snowman and he came to life. And everyone's like, yeah, that sounds about right. And they're like, she's like, you believe me? And she's like, all the people are like, it's Christmas. Of course it's true. And I'm like, what did they just stop fucking writing this movie? They just stopped writing. Like they were like, everyone has to believe it. So she's like going to bail him out of jail, but she doesn't have enough money. So of course all the town comes, and even his kid is like, here's $5 to complete it. And Craig Robinson's like, even you, son? He's like, he's my friend.
You're
And-
not singing.
Yeah. So it made me cry like a fucking little kid at the end of this film. Made me cry like a 6-year-old.
For what?
Pissed me off because he dies, bro.
Oh.
He doesn't die. He
Goes away.
He melts.
Melts away,
No,
but his spirit stays.
No, he
Is he
becomes-
in a snow globe?
He becomes a real boy, dude. He marries.
I'm a real
her.
boy.
Yeah, but originally he dies because he's like.
Sorry
he
for
melts.
ruining this movie, but I
don't
have to
give a
know.
fuck.
Like I have to
So,
fucking know.
He dies.
It's
but,
the same. It's the same plot fucking of every goddamn Christmas movie that's out there.
But eventually, Lacey Charbet and this Dusty Milligan guy get married, and he's real, and they we're going to Hawaii.
I saw
And
the
I'm
part where he wants to go out and do stuff, so she's like, "All right, you can go," and he's directing the fucking play or some
Yeah,
shit. And he's
yeah.
and he's so excitedly happy.
Everybody
and,
loves him.
yeah, and everybody's like, "This guy's fucking great."
it's exactly as ridiculous as you think it is.
Oh man,
But yeah.
it looked horrific.
So I was gonna go see Red One just to have something to talk about this week, but dude, there's so much controversy behind that film, and it's just getting blasted. I didn't feel like sitting in a fucking theater for 2 hours watching it. So maybe next week. I think Gladiator 2 comes out, so maybe we'll see that before the show, and I'll try to have a guest on next week. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because I watched it actually, and I'm gonna watch some other stuff. But yeah, Red One came out this week, and it won the box office, but it had
Well, what's out there?
it had a huge fucking budget. It was originally supposed to be streaming.
We got to pay The Rock.
Well, yeah,
Fucking blows your whole budget.
he so it was originally supposed to be a streaming only movie, but they bullied them into doing it on the theater, and then The Rock constantly showed up late.
He's
to
like, "Listen,
fucking-
you candy ass.
He
This
got-
needs to be in theaters everywhere."
Apparently he fucking he showed up late so much to the set that he cost the film set $250 million,
Which is funny because that doesn't sound like.
I know. And apparently he
You
was
know?
doing piss bottles and stuff like that. Well, it just is weird because every set he goes to, there's controversy, and now it's kind of following him around, Fast and Furious, now Red One, and stuff like that. And I have no desire to see it. I'll definitely wait for streaming, but I am excited that there is some stuff. We're getting into the holiday season. We got Nosferatu coming up. We got the fucking Finn Wolfhard who's that guy? The guy that sings like
Oh,
that.
Dylan.
Bob Dylan film and stuff like that. We got Gladiator 2, which I have absolutely.
Finn Wolfhard's in that movie?
He plays. No, is it Timothy Chalamet?
Yes.
Oh, my bad.
I'm like, what? Like, because
Sorry.
when you said Finn Wolfhard, I'm like, what fucking Christmas movie is he in?
Why did I think it was Finn Wolfhard? Because he's my best friend? I don't know.
What's up, Finn?
What's up? What's up, Wolfhard?
Can I get a picture? No.
No, dude, I'm just here to watch music with my friends. Eli Roth told me about you. So,
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
so anyways, so we do got Gladiator 2 coming up. I think it's going to suck ass. It feels like I've seen the entire movie.
They're talking about Best Picture for Gladiator 2. It's in the Best Picture talk.
Shut your fucking
Swear to fucking God,
You
dude.
swear to God?
Because, so anybody that knows how I watch movies, I have to be very selective because I don't watch everything. So I'm looking up like best movies of 2024, like what's in Oscar talk and what's in this and that. Gladiator 2 is getting a lot of fucking Oscar buzz for like Best Picture. It's up there with all the other movies that I have no fucking clue what they are because none of them sound any good that I want to watch anyways.
Did you know that there's going to be a Mamma Mia 3?
Jesus.
Yep.
I never watched Mamma Mia or Mamma Mia 2 back in fucking Italy or whatever it's called.
That's just crazy to me. I'm just looking up some of that stuff. I just don't believe you about the fucking Gladiator 2.
No, I swear to God.
Jesus.
Are you looking it up right now?
I was.
Yeah.
Disney takes Star Wars off a 2026 calendar. Damn. I'm just looking
Well,
to see if
maybe
there's anything
give
interesting.
people something that they want to watch.
I guess I like Star Wars.
Well, everybody loves Star Wars.
Did you see all the controversy with Rachel Zegler? Can we talk about that real fast?
can,
This isn't
sure.
a political. This is not a political talk show. But I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
though.
know anything about it.
So she went on and she pretty much dissed all the Trump supporters and said, you know, we hope you get what you deserve type of thing. My problem is I don't care. You can say whatever you want. Free speech. We live in America. But didn't Gina Carano lose a fucking acting job with Disney
did,
because of a similar comment? I just don't understand why they're picking and choosing. That shows your bias. And it makes me just, I just hate the industry and the way it's becoming. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But she has since apologized, and it's like, cool.
Oh, we're good then.
But the problem is, dude,
The double
yeah,
standard.
the double standard doesn't
Yes.
make any sense. Oh, because your side is like,
But this has always been politics.
I know.
It's like one side can say something, the other side can say something and be like, "Oh, we were just kidding. I'm sorry." And they're like, "Oh, okay, it's cool. It's cool." This is why politics just like infuriates me, man, because it's like I hate almost sometimes just talking about that stuff because people will be like, "Oh, well, they said something, but."
right.
And I'm
always a but.
I'm like, why? When do we just stop defending these like movie stars and musicians and stuff that do stupid shit
Yeah, I don't.
because they're famous
I don't
or
care that-
because they're like, you know, because they're Taylor Swift or because they're Dave Grohl,
Right.
You know,
I don't care that she said it. I care about the double standard. If you're
Well,
gonna
it's the
fire,
reaction.
If you're going to fire Gina Carano, then you got to fire Ziegler from everything. And nobody wants that fucking stupid Snow White movie. Get the fuck out of here. So fuck you. Fuck you, Disney. You heard it here first on the Social Reel.
oh, the Social Real
Fuck
episode
you.
gets a copyright strike.
Fuck you, Disney. Fucking stupid mouse bitches.
They're on the phone right now.
All right.
We're gonna cancel this fucking show.
Let's go into a segment that's sweeping the nation, Scott. Does it still suck? Which apparently has a VHS thing on it, which I kind of like.
Yeah, it doesn't suck. Look, it's got like shit on the background, and
Did you take the Toy Guys fucking logo and fucking put the Does It Suck over it?
that's our logo, dummy.
Is it?
Yeah.
I am a dummy. Anyways, we watched Street Fighter. Did you actually watch it or you just...
No, I watched it.
Me too.
I watched it.
It's so bad. It does still suck. I don't even know why I picked this. This is a terrible fucking movie.
See,
Oh, you liked it? Oh, this is good. This is good pod.
I don't know if I would say that I liked it.
Your lips are dry.
Not as bad
As you remember?
as I thought it was.
It's still pretty... No, dude.
It's a shitty movie,
Okay.
but I didn't hate it.
Oh, I did.
I think Raul Julia is fucking awesome in this fucking movie.
because you're attracted to Hitler types.
Maybe that's what it is.
It's you and Trump.
Yep. Yes.
See John Jones Bones do the Trump dance after he beat.
Dude, everybody's been doing it.
Yeah, but
Fucking Nick Bosa.
but did
all
you
these
see him
guys.
do it last night?
No, I didn't
So
watch UFC
all
last
right,
night.
this quick caveat. I know we're talking about Street Fighter, but it's kind of, I mean, it's mixed martial arts. So huge UFC match last night with John Jones Bones and Sofovich or whatever. I don't know his name. Anyways, John Jones Bones won. He kicked this dude's fucking ass.
Oh, of course.
Trump was there. It was like the Trump brigade. It was like Elon Musk, RFK, his sons. They all came to watch the fight. And after John Jones won, he does a little Trump dance, gets up on the thing, goes and hands Trump his fucking belt, and then like does like the salute to him, like the fucking thing. And it's kind of an epic picture. You should look it up. It's fucking funny.
Well, if you are a UFC fan and you hate Trump basically kind of got UFC off the ground.
I remember
because
that's why Dana White loves it. So much,
because nobody would put that up anywhere, and Trump was like,
that's right. We're a Trump podcast.
Trump's like, do it in Trump Tower, do it at the Trump fucking,
That's why we only have one viewer because we're Trump guys.
Yeah, we lost everybody. No, I mean, it's just like, again, that's before everybody hated Trump. It was like, I mean, he was the one that kind of put UFC on the map with Dana White, and I mean, Rogan was doing commentary for free. All these guys put their fucking blood and guts out onto it, man, and it just became a thing, man. My daughter's got some friend that is like a martial arts fighter, and she was asking stuff, and I actually pulled up on YouTube. We were watching UFC 1 because I was telling my daughter, I was like, now it's kind of like boxing. Oh, we can get into that too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. I forgot about that. So.
Well, we'll get into it after
That's fine.
this.
Okay.
But I said back then, UFC was not MMA. It was just UFC. It was like, we're taking the best jiu-jitsu fighter and putting him against the best sumo fighter. So it was like, it'd be, Royce Gracie versus freaking the sumo guy that was 400 pounds. There was literally no reason these two guys should be in the ring together at all, but they did it.
But they're the ultimate.
But
fighting.
that's what made UFC so exciting back in the day, because it was like, oh, this little guy is going to kick the shit out of this big guy, man. And now it's like you got weight classes and, lightweights, heavyweights, and all this other stuff. However, we'll get into that. Let's talk Street Fighter.
Okay, so Street Fighter, I personally thought it was terrible. The fact that you found anything good with it is interesting to me, because I really watched this, and I was watching every scene, and there's a few scenes in this movie. One where Ken and Ryu go to fucking like steal from Sagat and or Vega, and Guile breaks in with the giant tank. Well, the giant tank's missiles on the side are two wooden poles that are painted to look like missiles, and it's so obvious. I don't know why I didn't recognize that as a kid. Chung-Li doesn't make any sense.
Because you were looking at that stuff as a kid.
She's a reporter. She sucks. It doesn't even make sense. There's this really hilarious scene where they're like, a fucking truck has explosive in it, and it's going to blow up in Bison, and he's like, change the channel! And I was like, shut the fuck up. Anyways, and then there's the scene where Bison thinks he has killed Guile after he meets Blanca, and he flies out of that tube and he kicks him.
Yeah.
You can see the string, you can see everything.
Oh, it's his move.
And his move is the thing he gets him with at the end, the fucking uppercut kick. That's Guile's move.
Oh, I was talking about Bison when he flew through the air.
No, that too. You could also see, but no, I'm talking about when Jean-Claude Van Damme comes out of that tube.
Does the
and
spin
kicks
kick.
Yeah, no, before that, after he finds Blanca, he comes up to this thing, and everybody kind of looks at him, and he flies out and he kicks him, and then everybody starts shooting. And there's a whole weird part where like Jean-Claude Van Damme's like, "You're not getting out of here without over my dead body." And then like they have to set up this elaborate plan that I guess everybody's in on except for like 4 people. And
It's a terrible movie.
it's so fucking
But
bad.
I understand why there's a lot of people that like this movie.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me a lot of like a Cannon movie. in a sense.
How dare you? Chuck Norris is a god.
Well, yes. I mean, I do love me some Cannon movies. But there's so much behind this, because they literally, what did they have, like $35 million budget for this movie?
There's some ridiculous.
After Jean-Claude Van Damme's $10,000 a week cocaine addiction that they had to pay for. They had to pay Raul Julia like 18 million or 20 million or something like that. There was no fucking budget for this movie. They were where was it, in Thailand or something that they were filming this, or Taiwan, or someplace, man. But
Probably.
like it rained all the time, and the roofs fucking leaked. It was hot. I mean, people were just fucking sweaty. There was unfavorable conditions for this movie.
He's like, I'm Gomez Adams.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot behind it. Like I said, it was Van Damme's kind of like after all his other movies, and he was kind of on his like Hollywood pedestal, and just apparently doing all the blow that he could get his fucking hands on.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fucking funny.
He said that he was doing about $10,000 a week worth of cocaine when he was on the set of this movie.
I also heard he's a huge dick.
He was in this movie because people hated him.
Oh, really?
I guess he was doing The Rock. He was like not showing up for fucking, filming.
Yeah, why would he?
I mean, he's like,
I was watching this, and Kim was like, Kylie Minogue came on, and I was like, she's still pretty. She's hot in this movie. And she's like, that's Kylie Minogue. I'm like, okay. She's like, she's a gay icon. I'm like, she's a gay icon? All I know is she sing that song, Can't Get You Out of My Hand. I want your love and attention. Anyways, she's like, oh, yeah, super gay icon. I was like, well, now she's not hot anymore. Because now I know I could never be with her. And she's like, you can never be with her anyway. And I was like, it doesn't matter. But
am I picking a movie this week?
Yeah,
just
you
to be
are.
off topic, because
Yeah.
we didn't put that in there. I'm gonna have to go back
That's
and
okay.
put the fucking. I'm gonna have to
that's okay.
veer
Just
off.
Pick it right now.
Well, no, you
Does it
talk
suck?
about it, and I'll find the. Oops.
Okay. So, anyways, Street Fighter sucks, and Jean-Claude Van Damme's an asshole. And this is a perfect movie to pick for this first one because Scott seemed to enjoy it, but I did not. And I just couldn't get past how like the Blanca character and like the Dhalsim character, and I wanted more. I wanted more Street Fighter. Like I wanted Ryu to fucking Hadouken the fucking shit out of somebody, or Ken to fucking do the spinning kick, which he does technically, but it's not that great, Like they need to make an updated version of this film, and then they need to like, put all the cool kickies and punchies in it. And I don't know why they're so bad at it. Like they make a Mortal Kombat movie and it fucking sucks, and then they make a fucking, what's it called? I don't know what the fuck is going on my screen.
Apparently, as I'm trying to add stuff, it's like, nope, you can't add that.
Oh, we are so bad at podcasting. Anyways, just pick a movie. We'll have the stuff for it next week.
That takes the whole fun out of it.
Well, it'll be okay this one time. Next time we'll know. I'll tell you what the movie is next week. We'll have to.
So unprepared.
It's okay. It's still not as bad as last week's episode. So what?
We learn. The thing is with this, when you're doing all this, there's things that like you haven't done in a live situation, so you kind of like experiment, and then you're like, well, guess I shouldn't have done that.
Here's how the bread is buttered. Anyways, what movie?
Oh, so you're gonna rate it, or are you gonna? Is that it?
No, we don't rate it. There's no rating.
Oh, okay.
It's terrible.
It still sucks?
Suck?
It
Yes,
still
it's
suck?
still one of the worst movies ever made. Do not watch it. It still sucks. That's one splat for Daddy Williams, Daddy Aaron. I got a new tattoo.
So I guess I'll just show this on my phone.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
guess,
That always works out well.
So the movie that I remember watching, and it has been a long time.
Does it still suck?
And I remember kind of liking this early on,
But it sucks.
but it's not good
Uh-oh.
by any means, but it does have kind of a cult following. And I don't remember if this is actually a canon movie. It is a canon movie. So the movie that I'm picking, because I have not seen this movie in a long time, is from 1987,
Barbarian.
The Barbarians with the Barbarian Brothers.
Well, guess what? I've never seen this, so it works
So,
out. Works.
Prepare to have your tits blown off.
I do love having my tits blown off. And news, whenever it feels like breaking, the Chiefs are no longer undefeated.
Oh, good.
Thank fucking God. Go Bills. I just needed that in my life, and the Saints won today, so I'm like, the timelines are starting to correct themselves. I've seen a lot of that online lately ever since Trump won. They're like, the timeline's starting to correct itself. Like, seriously, the fucking Chiefs lost to the Bills, which is the best news ever. I love the Bills. Go Josh Allen. Fuck the Chiefs. I hope they lose every game from now until they go back to the Super Bowl in February. But that just made me happy. So, anyways, yeah. All right. So we're gonna watch Barbarians, which I've never seen, and you'll see, and we'll see if it still sucks next week. And then
We'll have a picture next week.
and then
We'll try to do it during the show.
yeah, well, definitely gonna have a guest on next week. Will that guest be movie related? I doubt it, but we're gonna have somebody on
Maybe.
to talk to,
Who
just
knows?
to talk to, just to join us. I'll see if they'll watch Barbarians, and we'll all talk about it.
So what's your favorite movie, Parker? I like Bluey. Thanks, buddy.
He'll just cry.
I'm scared.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Mommy, Scott asked me what my favorite movie is.
But anyways, let's touch real quick on
Oh,
it because I
dude.
did say I wanted to touch on this.
Yeah, let's talk about it. We got 10 minutes.
So the Tyson Paul fight, right?
Let me tell you. Okay, hold on. Before you get into it, as I'm sure you have a lot to say, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I watched all the preliminary fights, and I was bored out of my mind, except for the girl one. The girl one was fire. The whole time, trying to get finally, the fucking Netflix to stream on my TV, and then I finally said, fuck it, worked perfectly on my laptop.
Apparently the TV wasn't the place to go
No,
because
Paul,
you get it on your phone,
Paul
just couldn't get on the TV.
and Tyson come out, they do their thing. Round 3, I realize exactly what's going on. TV off, I'm going to bed.
I knew what was going on before it even started.
Went to bed.
If you follow boxing,
Kim came to bed. I said, who won? She said it was a draw. I said,
oh no, it wasn't a draw.
no, I know. I found out when I woke up. I
But
was like, crazy woman.
If you've followed boxing at all, you will know that boxing is irrelevant. Boxing is so irrelevant now.
5 out of 5.
Boxing has not been relevant for years and years and years. Since, you could argue Mayweather, Pacquiao, but really since Tyson,
Yeah.
boxing hasn't been relevant. All this is, and I said this long before the fight started, this is their ploy to try to legitimize the heavyweight division by pushing Jake Paul with these nonsense fucking fights.
They're so weird.
And I said right up front,
I
because
didn't
people were
wanna
like,
hurt
oh, I got to hear,
somebody.
because we were playing softball and I had it on my phone. And I said, I'm going to tell you exactly how this is going to go. This is going to go all the way to the end. Jake Paul's going to win by decision. And the reason, and people are like, oh, Mike's not going to throw the fight. And I'm like, Mike needs the bill. He needs the check. Mike is doing this for a $20 million paycheck. All he has to do is go out there, take a few face shots, throw a few face shots, not drop Jake Paul, and he's going to collect a check and he's going to go home.
Many years ago,
That's what happened.
I worked for U.S. Airways, and I met Mike Tyson, and I shook his hand. And
He punched you right in the face.
no, but his
that would've been a
hands,
great story.
I'm not kidding you. His hands,
They're like
were-
bricks.
They were literal bricks. Like it scared me to shake his hand because they were so like you could just feel the force. I have the picture somewhere. I could probably find it for the show. But yeah, dude was a monster. Like he had just lost his daughter. I went and gave my condolences. Like I think it was like 2 days after either his daughter or son had died on some exercise equipment. Do you remember this story?
Vaguely.
Yeah, and he was flying out somewhere, and he just happened to be at the gate while I was at the gate, and I felt bad about even saying anything, but I was just like, hey man, super sorry to hear about your kid. I can't remember what it was. And he was like, oh, he did his whole Mike Tyson, thank you very much, blah blah blah. And I said,
Thanks, man. I don't really appreciate that.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, can I get a picture? And he was totally accommodating, just a really nice guy. And yeah, I agree with everything you said. It would there was a small part of me that was hoping he'd come out and just beat the fucking bricks off of Jake Paul.
I knew once it was on Netflix,
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to go all 8 rounds, and it's going to be super subpar. The reasoning is because they don't have to answer to anybody that paid a pay-per-view price.
Correct.
Because if people had to pay for this shit, there'd be rioting in the streets.
Well, my favorite thing is, I guess NFL's going to be on Netflix at some point, and NFL saw this and was like, fix your shit, Netflix. 'cause-
I like the memes where like Saquon Barkley's jumping over the guy and he like stops midair and it's like buffering and shit.
Yeah. So, it was just, I thought that girl, like I said, that girl fight was fucking phenomenal. Clearly,
Usually,
made the wrong
at least
decision.
one of the undercard fights always tops the main event fight because the
Yes.
main event fight will never live up to any hype that it's projected to.
I agree. And
this is just all this is novelty. Anything Jake Paul is doing right now is for promotion.
did you see his brother?
He's not a
after
legitimate
the
fucking fighter. He's in it all for the promotion and the paychecks.
Jake, this is all Scott saying this.
Fucking come at me.
Please don't beat me up. You know,
Come at me. You were doing Carly Rae Jepsen videos. That's how you got fucking famous.
That's not how he got famous. He was in that house.
He got famous because he was fucking on YouTube with his brother.
Yeah. And did you see his brother was like, "I'll beat your ass, Mike." I was
Yeah.
like, Jesus.
Have a Prime.
Yeah, I have a Prime. I like Prime. I don't care. Anyways. Well, guys, thank you for joining us for another subpar episode of Social Real. I appreciate it. Jim, this one's for you, buddy. It's an hour long, so you got, your commute's covered. If you have not followed along yet, if you could head over to the YouTube channel and follow us at, the Social Real Podcast. It is under... I should probably pull this shit up.
Again, one day we'll put this in the liners so that we can punch it up.
The Social Real 24 over on YouTube. You can also head over to Twitch and follow us on the Social Real Podcast. We have a Instagram that I haven't touched.
There's no planning. By the way, just to pull the curtains back, it's literally like, when you want to do the show, let's do it now.
We do it on Sundays.
Yeah,
we try to.
We have an idea, but up until that point, like, there's no pre-production. Just nothing.
That's why we needed a third mic.
That's how I like it. That's how I like it, man. Just fucking skating by the balls.
So if you, I know a couple people have reached out and still wonder what the fuck happened to an old podcast. Go back and listen to the first episode, but don't do it on my Facebook because the sound's muted for copyright. So go to YouTube, head over to YouTube, just Social Real 24.
Just the
first one. If you're still wondering, because I'm literally still getting message about what's going on, and all that good stuff, and find out there. But other than that, we'll have a guest on next week. We'll make this the Social Reel for sure. We'll have a guest next week, we will talk to you later. So I'm Aaron
and Scott.
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.